Solomon, a man of wisdom. Solomon obeyed David's will and gave offerings to God with fully devoted heart and love. God asked Solomon what it is that he wanted, and Solomon asked for a discerning heart that can listen to his people well. So God gave Solomon wisdom. And how did Solomon rule over his people with the wisdom that God gave him? 2 women lived in the same house. They each gave birth to a son only 3 days apart. But one of them accidentally pressed her child while she was asleep, and the baby ended up dying. This woman, who had killed her son by accident, put her dead child in the arms of the other woman while she was asleep, and took her living baby out of her arms. When the woman woke up from her sleep to nurse her baby, she was shocked to see the baby dead in her arms. But when she looked at the baby closely, she realized that the dead child was not her own baby. But the problem was that there was no one else in the house except for the 2 women. The 2 women both claimed that the living baby is her own child, but there was no witness to testify the truth. So the 2 women came to see Solomon and asked him to reveal whose child this is. After listening to their story, Solomon told his servants to bring a sword and ordered, "Cut the living child in 2 and give half to one and half to the other." What a cruel and gruesome command! But since Solomon the king commanded it, the servants had no choice but to do as they were told. Just then, one of the women desperately begged Solomon and cried out, "Please, my lord, give her the living baby, don't kill him." And what did the other woman say? She coldly declared, "Neither I nor you shall have him. Cut him in 2. Solomon ordered his servants to put down the sword and to give the living baby to the woman who asked him to spare his life. Solomon knew that if she were the real mother of the child, she would wish for her child to live even if she can't raise him herself. What do you think? Don't you think Solomon's verdict was a truly wise one? The words about Solomon's wisdom spread not only in Israel, but also to countries far away. The Queen of Sheba visited Solomon and tested his wisdom by asking him all sorts of difficult questions about the world. Solomon had no problem answering all of the queen's questions. Then the Queen of Sheba worshipped God, saying, "Praise be to the Lord your God, who has delighted in you and placed you on the throne of Israel. Because of the Lord's eternal love for Israel, he has made you king to maintain justice and righteousness." Solomon used God's wisdom for his people and even made the rulers of other nations praise God. And we also should ask God for a heart of wisdom that listens, because wisdom from God is surely good for many people.